I'm not saying there's no fan service in this anime. It is. When you have the camera in one slow shot as a guy is ripping off his shirt 4 or 5 times in one episode, yeah, I mean, you can't deny the fan service. But there's a little bit more there. And I think when this show is all said and done, when they've wrapped up their first season, I think we're going to look back at it and say this was the greatest bait and switch to ever happen in anime or entertainment, at least in this era, where you have a show built for all intents and purposes as fan service, presented as fan service, has an audience come in purely for the fan service, yet it is trying to go a completely different route. It's trying to have its cake almost and eat it too. And history says that doesn't work out often very well, but here I can see it working out. Because, you got your audience in the tent, they're enjoying, the pecs and the abs and everything else. And they do that and then they enjoy that, but at the same time, again, and I mentioned this in last week's episode, it was skipped over, I think, by some, but I mentioned this in last week's episode, that anime targeted towards females tend to be a little bit smarter than anime targeted to men or young males. And it's almost like they assume that, the females will catch up on a few things quicker, a few more subtextual things than men will, which is often the case. But I digress from my point. My point is that they're trying to give you a little bit more. And they're trying to say, I think they're almost begging for more context on every level. More attention on every level to a female audience. Not only will we give you what you like, we'll give you what you need, kind of thing. And I applaud them for that. If I'm right, again, I don't have anything to back this up. This is just a hypothesis. It's just my best guess from watching this episode 3 times. Maybe 4. All for research for this episode, of course. I'm not going to watch it again. But just those 4 or 5 times when I watched this episode, that's kind of what it took away from it. Yes, the fan service is there. Yes, the pandering to a female crowd is obviously there. Yes, the homoerotic tension is there. It's obvious. It is. They're giving the female fangirl base enough sugar to keep watching and to hype the series for them. It's almost free marketing. But at the same time, they're giving them a little bit more substance as well in the story and just how it presents itself. And I think that's a win-win-win, personally. So I never thought I'd say this on the show. But if you haven't seen this episode yet, if you haven't checked out the show, I've put the link in the show prep as well to where you can see the first episode. If you follow me and you want to know just what I value in storytelling, not necessarily in character design or animation or art or anything like that, but just in story development and character development. If you want to know how I think and what, gets my interest, I think it is worth your time to watch it. And if you just like a well-written show, and don't mind staring at half-naked teenage boys for 30 minutes, then yeah, I'd say check it out for that as well. And if you just like staring at half-naked teenage boys, then you won't be disappointed either, I'm sure.